The Trump administration announces big payment increases to Medicare Advantage plans for 2026, and I'm going to talk about it in today's video. Before I do, let me just say that if you're the type of person who has already made up your mind about what's going to happen to Social Security and Medicare over the next few years, this video is probably not for you because you're probably going to get frustrated. So if so, just scroll away. No need to jump to the comments and eviscerate me there. It reminds me of a quote I had heard from someone recently who said this: "No matter how civilized we become, politics makes us tribal." I am a big proponent of either not watching mainstream media or being very skeptical about what they're telling you, no matter which side of the aisle that you lean towards. The reason is that mainstream media is meant to get clicks, stir up frustration and anger, all in an attempt to make money. That's not what I'm trying to do here on my channel. I want to do my best to provide just the facts in real time about what's happening in Medicare, and so that's what I'm going to do today. Here is the article, and I will put a link to it in the description of this video if you want to watch it. The title says, "Trump's CMS dramatically raises payments to Medicare Advantage plans." Let me just say one other quick thing, and that is that this video is also not about what is better, Medicare Supplement versus Medicare Advantage. There's plenty of videos out there like that. I've made them myself. This is just a update about what's happening with Medicare, and I want to highlight three main takeaways from this article. Again, if you want to read it for yourself, I'll link it in the description of this video. So let's jump over and talk about what my three takeaways are from this article. Number one, increase in payment to Medicare Advantage plans means the potential for enhanced benefits. So a lot of people don't know this, but Medicare pays Medicare Advantage plans for giving this coverage to Medicare beneficiaries. So as you can imagine, if there is a payment decrease, then usually those benefits dry up. Well, that means that the opposite is usually true, and that is if there is an increase in payments to Medicare Advantage plans, then usually what that means is enhanced benefits. So increased funding may allow Medicare Advantage plans to offer more comprehensive benefits. Again, this would be in 2026. According to Reuters, this payment hike could enable insurers to enhance plan benefits and profitability. So there's a video here on my channel that I did with my brother who's been in the Medicare space longer than I have. And in that video, he actually goes into detail and he talks about over the years watching the ebb and flow of these payments to Medicare Advantage plans. And he said, almost without exception, it goes up and down, and you can almost predict what will happen based on the payments to these plans. If you want to watch that video in its entirety, I will also link that in the description of this video. So again, with an increase in 2026 to Medicare Advantage plans, it does mean the potential for enhanced benefits. Again, if you're not in favor of Medicare Advantage, this video is probably not for you either. Next, it could lead to improved plan stability. So the payment boost is expected to contribute to the financial stability of Medicare Advantage plans. CMS stated that these updates aim to ensure that Medicare Advantage continues to offer access to critical services in an efficient and accountable manner. So one of the things that happened going into 2025 was there was a big disruption leading up to it, and many plans completely exited different parts of the country. You saw this perhaps on a larger scale than ever in 2025. And so what could potentially happen going into 2026 is now you could see a resurgence of plans, a resurgence of enhanced benefits. But the crucial thing for you to know as a Medicare beneficiary is hopefully what it does is it brings more stability. And then the last thing that I will mention, my takeaway from this article, is this. the potential for lower out-of-pocket costs. So if you are one of those people who has looked deeply into Medicare Supplement versus Medicare Advantage, hopefully one of the things that you've learned either on my channel or another one is that just because you have a low premium on a Medicare Advantage, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to save money. Why? Because even if you have a $0 Medicare Advantage plan, you could have co-insurance, co-payments, and deductibles. So with increased payments to Medicare Advantage plans might have the capacity to reduce out-of-pocket expenses for beneficiaries. As noted by Reuters, the rate of the U.S. government pays to private health insurance influences the monthly premiums they charge, plan benefits they offer, and ultimately, this is a fact, their profits. So as you can imagine, there was a huge boom in these insurance companies' stocks when this was announced. Now, again, to go back to what I said in the beginning, whether you agree with these changes or you don't agree with these changes, ultimately they do have an effect on Medicare beneficiaries. And if you are on Medicare, it is worthwhile to you to stay up to date with these types of changes. Even if you don't choose a Medicare Advantage plan and you do a Medicare supplement. But please, as I stated at the beginning, be skeptical of what you see on mainstream media and check your sources. Look into it on your own in depth. Again, if you would like to read this article, I'll leave a link to it in the description, as well as a link to the video I did with my brother interviewing him about his thoughts on Medicare overall. If you like videos like this, please hit the like button. If you have a civil comment, please leave it below. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.